In the Spirit of Hampton Roads, WVEC TV presents Barbara Sierra, Terry Zahn, Jeff Lawson, and a note from Jim Kincaid. This is 13 News at 5.
A Manhattan landmark goes up in flames despite the efforts of 200 firefighters.
Limo driver Alan Parks continues to dodge defense bullets in the O.J. Simpson trial.
And what's it like to raise 4 babies at the same time? One fortunate couple is finding out. Good evening, everyone. I'm Barbara Sierra.
And I'm Mike Lewis. Terry Zahn has the night off. Today in our report, the largest fish market in the country and a popular tourist spot was burning out of control most of the day today. New York's Fulton Fish Market erupted in flames around 12:30. The worst of it on the second floor of the huge warehouse. More than 200 firefighters have been battling the flames all afternoon. Fire boats were also fighting the flames, and within the hour, the fire was brought under control. Earlier this week, New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani proposed the city take over the crime-ridden historic building. And for the second time in 3 days, an arsonist has left his mark on the Chesapeake Dive Center in Hampton. Inside, the fires have gutted the building, causing about $75,000 in damage. Outside, charred diving suits litter the property. The first fire happened Saturday night. Investigators say it was started in a back room. Another fire broke out last night, this time in the front part of the building. Investigators will not say if they have any suspects in the case.
What did Alan Park not see, and when did he not see it? That's the big question at the O.J. Simpson trial today. For a second day, the defense tried to poke holes in the limo driver's damaging testimony. ABC's Jerry Giordano has the latest.
It was a revelation made outside the presence of the jury. The prosecution telling the court it knows what happened to the black bag containing the bloody clothes. The news sparked a heated exchange.
And as usual, they're trying to give a soundbite for what might be what he hopes is going to happen. Their whole case is based upon hopes and dreams, and they're evaporating.
Nobody calls us a dream team, Mr. Cox.
Then limousine driver Alan Park continued his testimony with the defense presenting a fashion show of garment bags they believe went with Simpson to the airport. Park told the court he recognized 2 of the bags, but when it came to this duffel bag, it was a different story.
You recognize this bag at all?
No.
Do you see an insignia on this bag that looks familiar to you at all?
No.
Defense attorney Johnny Cochran also got Park to admit he was not absolutely certain that Simpson's white Ford Bronco was not parked in front of the Brentwood estate when he arrived there that night. But under redirect from Marcia Clark, Park testified he was looking in that direction as he had read the address on the curb.
Was that area in your field of view?
Yes, it would have been.
And did you see the white Ford Bronco?
No, I didn't. Oh,
And did you tell that to the police when you spoke to them shortly after the murders occurred?
yes.
Alan Park would also not corroborate the defense alibi that O.J. Simpson was golfing outside that night, saying only that the 6-foot black man he observed was walking into the house.
Did you see that person swinging a golf club
No.
or carrying a golf club?
No.
And in another development, defense attorneys say a witness that will be called by the prosecution never overheard O.J. Simpson and his ex-wife Nicole arguing over the phone the day she was murdered. Defense attorneys in court today said that witnesses' comments were misconstrued. I'm Jerry Giordano reporting in Los Angeles for ABC News.
After lunch, court is back in session in Los Angeles. We'll have the latest on the trial on 13 News at 11.
It is the most powerful force in nature, and this afternoon, that power delayed salvage crews working in the Chesapeake Bay. They have been fighting the currents there, trying to raise a tractor-trailer that crashed off the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel last Friday. The driver of the big rig apparently didn't see traffic stopped at a work site. The truck jackknifed and fell 45 feet into the water. The body of the Richmond driver, John Williams, still has not been found. We'll have more on the salvage attempt tonight at 6. Well, the resort city is going to be home to a new amphitheater. It was shortly after midnight last night when Virginia Beach City Council voted unanimously to build a 20,000-seat amphitheater. It will be modeled after the one in Raleigh, North Carolina. And supporters say that by bringing big-name artists in, you're also going to boost the local economy.
Last Labor Day weekend for the American Music Festival, we had 3 national acts on the beach, and we packaged 2,000 rooms just from that. So I think it shows you the potential of promoting and marketing a major entertainment facility such as this.
And the amphitheater is expected to cost the city around $9 million, but Ricketts says that money will be recouped in 5 to 7 years.
Newt Gingrich isn't giving up on term limits, not yet anyway. The House Speaker still hopes to get the required two-thirds vote needed to pass the measure tonight. But after a day-long debate in Congress, it appears the plan will be defeated. And even though Republicans hold the majority, Gingrich is blaming Democrats for the measure's likely downfall.
I think the Democrats are faced with the fact that they have to have a majority voting against term limits when 80% of the country or 78% of the country favors term limits.
If it fails, Gingrich will be able to blame at least two Virginia Republicans for breaking ranks. 7th District Congressman Tom Bliley and 1st District Congressman Herb Bateman both say they'll vote against the bill. And we'll hear what Mr. Bateman has to say tonight at 6.
Actor Carroll O'Connor is blaming drug abuse for his son's apparent suicide. Hugh O'Connor appeared with his father in the TV series In the Heat of the Night. He played Deputy Lonnie Jameson. His father called Los Angeles police last evening. O'Connor told them that Hugh was threatening to kill himself and that his 33-year-old son had a long history of drug abuse.
My son took an automatic and shot himself in the head. The dealer didn't do that. But the dealer, for all we know, has killed other people. These dealers, they kill people. They make a living giving people the means to kill themselves.
O'Connor says his son had been in and out of several drug abuse programs, and he adds that one answer might be legalizing drugs, saying that would at least put the dealers out of business.
Those two Americans sentenced to 8 years in an Iraqi prison are begging for help. Today, a CNN reporter and Polish diplomats were allowed to visit William Barloon and David Daliberte. They say both men looked haggard, and Daliberte complained that he suffered a heart seizure a few days ago. The prisoners said they are being wrongly held and begged the outside world to continue to work for their freedom. Barloon and Daliberte were arrested on March 13th and sentenced last Saturday for entering Iraq illegally. Never forgotten. That's the inscription on a new stamp to be released later this spring. The 32-cent stamp honors prisoners of war and those missing in action. The Postal Service chose the military dog tag design because many veterans preserve them as keepsakes. The new stamps will go on sale Memorial Day, May 29th.
Being the proud parent of a new baby can be an awesome responsibility. And that's especially true for Sandy and Anthony Taylor of Portsmouth. They have 4 quadruplets. It's a demanding job, but as Regina Mobley tells us tonight, the Taylors say they're doing it all for love.
At 6 months old, Brianna, Tyrese, Sharif, and Tatiana have a conspiracy. They make sure at least one in the bunch is crying, hungry, or wet 24 hours a day.
Usually my day is feeding, changing, feeding and changing. Changing clothes, changing bib, pampers.
The big change has been in the Taylors' lifestyle. There is no time for entertainment. They still haven't opened their champagne for New Year's Eve.
You can't go out like you used to. Your time is coordinated around them, not with each other. You have to find time when you can.
The Taylors are patients of the Jones Institute for Reproductive Medicine. She became pregnant with 4 embryos through in vitro fertilization. And even though it was risky, she decided to keep all 4.
I didn't want to be the one to choose between each baby, which baby was I going to keep or let go. So I just left it in the hands of God, you know, to make sure they make it here. And I just couldn't really make the decision.
The children spent weeks at Children's Hospital, the King's Daughters. One came home in September, one on Halloween, one for Thanksgiving, and one on Christmas. Despite all the hard work, the Taylors say they have no regrets and they've learned to appreciate the little things in life. For example, 2 out of 4 at nap time isn't bad. Regina Mobley, 13 News, Portsmouth.
And just in case you're wondering, the Taylor babies go through 36 bottles and 40 diapers each day.
No rest for the parents at that house.
Yikes. Instant family.
Unbelievable. Well, still to come. Some news every parent of young ones will want to listen to. Medical reporter Catherine Barrett looks at the pros and cons of a new proposed over-the-counter painkiller for kids.
And look what's up over French Guiana. It's the first successful European space launch in quite a while.
Still no sign of really tremendous spring weather in my 5-day forecast. In fact, I'll be talking about a couple of rain showers when I come back in a minute.
So, what does happen to all that money you overpaid for car insurance? Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. 10,000 responsible drivers switch their car insurance to Geico every week. But there's always room for one more. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You pick a four.
Now appearing on your TV is Chili's new cheesesteak sandwich, loaded with Philly steak and melted Swiss cheese. If you wish to experience smell-o-vision, scratch inside the dotted line. Smell that Philly steak. How about those onions and bell peppers?
I'm starving.
F.O.
Chili cheesesteak.
I'm driving.
Smell-o-vision from Chili's.
Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Direct from Broadway, Andrew Lloyd Webber brings you his record-breaking new production. It's the season's most Technicolorful treat. The family ticket at the end of the rainbow. The most amazing Joseph ever. Broadway and Star Search sensation Sam Harris stars in Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
1 week only, April 4th through 9th at Chrysler Hall. Get your tickets from the box office or Ticketmaster.
With Formula Shell gasoline, you might find your car performing in ways you never thought it could. It's what you'd expect from Shell, the world's best-selling gasoline.
Rather chilly start to the day today. In fact, I guess you could call it cold because in some of the most protected inland locations, there was probably a little bit of frost out there even. So the temperatures dipped down into the mid and upper 30s, a couple degrees colder than I had thought. Now we have a different problem to worry about, and that is some cloudiness that has started to move across the area during the afternoon. Even some rain showers trying to work their way across the region as well. I think most of this rain is going to bypass us and head on off to the north. Really not a lot of moisture associated with this little trough of low pressure. So for this evening, expect the clouds to continue sort of hit and miss as they roll across the area. Cool temperatures, though. Readings will be dropping down quickly into the 50s and ending up in the 40s. Later tonight, early tomorrow morning, again, just a slight chance of a shower as that trough passes on through areas of the mid-Atlantic states and New England. We should begin the day tomorrow with readings in the 40s, probably upper 40s, but quickly into the 50s by even 8:30 a.m. or so, just in time for the end of rush hour. By afternoon, there's a pretty potent system, it looks like, that's going to slide on across the deep south, and the big question will be how much moisture works its way back up toward our region. I think this front or trough actually should bring enough moisture into the region that we see mostly cloudy conditions and just a few scattered showers. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon a little bit better than today, making it up into the low to mid 60s, so that's a slight improvement. And maybe if we can keep the showers out of here, we'll actually have a decent spring day. Here's the East Coast satellite shot and show you rather extensive area of cloudiness. The low gray clouds off to the north where there's actually a little light rain and snow mix in areas around Cleveland and stretched up back to around Erie. The brighter white indicating the heavier showers and storms down across the deep south. As of 5 o'clock, let's take a look at the conditions. It is partly sunny out there right now, 56 south side, 55 peninsula. Low humidity, an east-southeast wind, and a rising barometer. Here's a look at my forecast then for tonight. Varying amounts of clouds, not nearly as chilly as it was last night. Low temperatures instead of the upper 30s, making it into only the 44-degree range. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. A few showers are likely. Don't expect everybody to see rain tomorrow. Let's say 30 to 40% of the area probably, if that. High temperature 64 degrees. And then the 5-day forecast, been saying it for a couple of days now, even though it's 64 tomorrow and again on Sunday. Overall, I would say this is not a terribly spring-like outlook, or springtime outlook, I should say, as readings never really get past the 64-degree mark or into the 70s or anything. And that's what we want, at least a lot of people.
Well, you know, you told me before he told me to wait a month and it'll change.
Oh, absolutely. Wait a few weeks, it'll start to change.
Well, it still looks like it's good enough for yard work this weekend, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
so I'll hold off on my belly aching at least for 30 days. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Oh, finally, a success for Europe's space program. The Ariane rocket blasted off from French Guiana carrying 2 commercial satellites way into orbit. Europe's space program has been plagued by a number of technical setbacks. Last year, 2 Ariane rockets plunged into the ocean after liftoff, and several other launches had to be canceled. Ariane Space has 38 satellites on its waiting list for a ride into orbit.
And coming up next on 13 News Tonight, it's more than just take 2 and call the doctor in the morning.
That's right. If a new over-the-counter painkiller for children is approved, parents will have a lot more to consider.
Does it taste good? Let me look in your ears.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
What's all the fuss about? Why is everybody thanking Dave?
Way to go, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Well, Wendy's delicious Monterey Ranch chicken sandwich is back with Wendy's whole breast filet, Monterey Jack, and creamy ranch dressing with bacon. It's the sandwich everybody loves.
And Dave, I just want to say thanks.
Well, that's a relief.
We're always surprised at how far people will come to shop at Freedom Ford. All the way from Suffolk, Williamsburg, even Elizabeth City. We like to think it's because we're easy to find, but the real reason is they heard about us from their friends. Location is important, but Freedom Ford's commitment to its customers is even more important. Being the very best, that's our mission, and the reason our customers keep coming back.
2 weeks ago, Walter did something daring.
Hey, what can I say? You know, I just wanted to do it.
He did not want to do it.
Ooh, I said, why not?
He said, why me?
I'm always interested in, self-improvement.
I threatened him.
Kellogg's All-Bran. Try it every day for 2 weeks. Then see how you feel.
I mean, who knew I could feel so incredibly perky? No, guys aren't perky.
Try Kellogg's All-Bran cereal for 2 weeks. We dare you.
I'm feeling... He's acting perky.
Wow.
The host of Better Living, Sherry Brennan.
We've had thousands of calls requesting a collection of our best Better Living tips, and now it's available in this book.
Page 302.
Why you should pump gas in the morning and not the evening hour.
Page 62.
How to stretch your budget on a single income.
Page 242.
Proven ways to fight pests in your home without using pesticides.
Page 52.
Why you should never carpet your closet.
This book is full of time and money-saving ideas. Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-247-8850. 1-800-247-8850.
Move over baby Tylenol. Mini Motrin may be on the way.
The government's recommending approval for an over-the-counter version of the painkiller Motrin. And medical reporter Catherine Barrett joins us. Catherine, you can only get children's Motrin with a prescription right now, right?
Yeah, for now, yes. But the over-the-counter version wouldn't be as strong, but you wouldn't need a prescription either.
Yeah, look at that. Look up there.
When 2-year-old Brianna Edwards gets a fever, she takes children's Motrin, a drug that's only available with a doctor's prescription.
My children can't use Tylenol. I've tried it on them. They even tried it in the hospital when they were sick and running fevers, and they found out that children's Motrin worked to bring their fever down.
Children's Motrin is the brand name of ibuprofen sold by Johnson & Johnson. At Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters, it's used to treat high fever and more.
The primary use in our institution is for both pain and fever.
But children's Motrin can cause problems. That's why some doctors say it should not be available over the counter.
The one concern that we would have is that if it's used in kids that have dehydration and fever, it may potentially be detrimental to the kidneys.
On the other hand, some parents give their children adult-strength Motrin, so they don't know if the child is getting a recommended dose. An over-the-counter ibuprofen would contain a lower dose.
Overall would probably be a good addition to the products that are already available for the pediatric population for the control of pain and fever.
We like to make certain that if a parent is going to be given a child medication, even over-the-counter medication, I think it's always appropriate for them to ask their physician if this medication is appropriate and what the appropriate dose is.
An advisory panel has given the thumbs up for children's Motrin. The Food and Drug Administration usually follows that panel's recommendations. An estimated 500,000 to 1 million Americans have Parkinson's disease. It robs people of control over their movements, senses, and moods. It's not usually diagnosed until well into the disease. Now researchers have developed a new test that can detect symptoms in their early stages. It involves testing wrist movement and the sense of smell, as well as the level of depression. The new test was 90% accurate on 100 patients. And Barbara and Mike, a drug is now available to help slow Parkinson's disease, so it's all the more important to try to diagnose it early.
So the new test can diagnose Parkinson's before it does any damage?
Before it can impair speech and movement. And, you know, you definitely want to get it as soon as you can.
Absolutely. Like that problem. Thank you, Patrick.
Thanks, Catherine. Well, no rest for Wall Street today. The Dow hit another all-time high.
In case you haven't noticed, it's spring. Birds are singing, flowers are blooming, and prices are falling. Find the lowest prices of the season at Upton on all your favorite clothes and stuff for you and the whole family. It's the spring sale, now through Saturday. Oh, hey, did I mention lowest prices of the season?
From out of the great Southwest, Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar presents the Southwest Stampede, the food that made the Southwest famous. The heat of the chili, the sizzle of the fajitas, the zest of slow-simmered black beans. There's adventure, excitement. It's the best of the Southwest. So come on, saddle up for Applebee's Southwest Stampede. America's favorite neighbor, Applebee's.
It's spring. Time for Nissan's Spring Sensation. With great deals on every Nissan, like the Maxima, Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year. 4x2 XE regular cab truck, no down payment, just $189 a month for a 24-month lease. And 1.9% APR financing on new Altimas and Quests. Hurry, deals like these won't stay fresh forever. Nissan Spring Sensation ends April 3rd.
Get ready, because Gorton's just turned on the flavor.
Only Gordon turns on the flavor.
With new Gorton's lemon pepper fillets, new southern fried fillets, too, with seasonings that sizzle and spices to entice us.
Only Gordon turns on the flavor.
New lemon pepper, new southern fry. For great new ways to love fish, no one turns on the flavor like Gorton's.
Trust the Gordon's fishermen.
Police in Virginia Beach have a rather unusual grand larceny to solve. The crooks didn't just steal any vehicle. It was a very expensive one that you'd remember seeing. Here's tonight's Crime Solvers.
A piece of construction equipment was stolen recently here on South Military Highway. You may be able to help, and Crime Solvers will pay you a cash reward. Sometime between Friday afternoon, March the 17th, and Monday afternoon, March the 20th, someone removed a yellow 1993 John Deere 510D backhoe loader from the storage area behind Coastal Equipment on South Military Highway. The equipment had an enclosed cab and was valued at over $55,000. Investigators feel the thieves may have used a trailer to remove the equipment and possibly were observed by motorists on South Military Highway. If you have information on the stolen tractor or the people responsible, call Crime Solvers at 427-0000. Rewards are paid in cash, and you won't have to give your name. For Virginia Beach Crime Solvers, I'm Detective Michael Derwitt.
And now Jim Kincaid is here with a look at what's coming up on 13 News at 6.
Thanks, Mike. We'll hear from some local representatives how they plan to vote on term limits. Also tonight, the fishing trawler Shamrock certainly didn't have the luck of the Irish. The 65-foot vessel took on a boatload of water today. And the lesson for some Hampton High School students today was seen on the silver screen. We'll explain that. Some Navy women are getting a lesson in makeup and hairdos. Joe Flanagan will have the makeovers. We'll have all those stories and much more on 13 News at 6, and I'll have a note after this.
The great day. The great day. Let there be no mistake. The great day. Where it's you that makes a great day great. Tidewater's #1 for great food and great fun.
Want a great stock tip? Stock crackers. Roll out the barrel. See, now the Cracker Barrel has made this perfectly extra sharp cheddar with 1/3 less fat. Folks will be snacking on that perfect sharpness more than ever. More snacking, more crackers. You see where I'm going with this?
Try extra sharp Cracker Barrel with 1/3 less fat.
You got to be extra sharp to make it in this market. For the gang's all here.
The Toro Wheel Horse Lawn Tractor has been designed to give you years of dependable performance. And with the rugged durability of features like our deep-drawn steel front axle and the unrivaled engineering of Toro's Recycler Deck, you can see why Toro Wheel Horse Tractors run circles around anything else year after year. Toro, when you want it done right.
Toro Wheel Horse Tractors, sold only at Toro full-service dealers.
When the government orders the military into unexpected action, there is a price to pay. When the Navy is saddled with operating migrant camps at Guantanamo, the dollar amounts are staggering. As the players in Washington fight it out over how to pay for improved living conditions for foreign refugees, Cynthia Lima reports on deteriorating conditions here at home, where the lack of money has put a stranglehold on much-needed maintenance, and where pilots at Oceana are grounded. Today, the American military is at risk. We'll tell you why on 13 News at 6 tomorrow.
Early on, the whole brouhaha around the baseball strike bored me. I had long ago lost interest in a game that once was the national pastime, but has become in recent years just another big entertainment business. Now, with the opening of the season just days away, I find myself hoping that the replacement season will take place. Somehow, the idea of somebody who's described as a has-been or a never was, stepping up to the plate and poling one into the bleachers and